I'm so f***ing over clowns.
No matter what you thought of 2016's Suicide Squad, there's one element that's undeniable. Harley Quinn stole the show. Now she's back in all her glory with Birds of Prey and the fantabulous emancipation of one Harley Quinn. And we're here to make a proclamation, if the title didn't already give it away, that Birds of Prey is going to blow Suicide Squad out of the water. Still not convinced? Well, let us break things down for you and showcase exactly why Birds of Prey is way better than Suicide Squad. Just a quick warning though, there may be some mild spoilers for Birds of Prey, but nothing that you already haven't seen in the extended trailers.
Are we ready?
Now, considering the high hopes of Suicide Squad and the disappointing results, it's only natural to go into Birds of Prey with a little weariness, but Birds of Prey is doing everything it can to separate itself from Suicide Squad. First, they've dedicated a whole lot more screen time to Harley Quinn's character. Suicide Squad was overloaded with characters, origin stories, and random scenes with the Joker. Margot Robbie shined in every scene that she was in, pretty much earning her own solo movie. So DC basically took the best of Suicide Squad and is trying to do things right this time around. The use of Robbie's Quinn as the central character brings up a lot of interesting dynamics to the role and represents a character that we've been wanting to see more and more of since her debut in Batman, the Animated Series. Not only is Quinn front and center in Birds of Prey, but she's doing it on her own. We all fell for the hype of Jared Leto's Joker before Suicide Squad was released. But after seeing the film, the Joker was kind of forced into the plot, and Quinn's character was really submerged into the abusive relationship with the Clown Prince. Her history, motivations, and arcs all involved the Joker, which makes sense given their history, but it didn't do Quinn any favors. Well, Birds of Prey wastes no time ditching the Joker from the story, breaking the pair up and giving Quinn her own solo adventure. She's no longer Daddy's little monster. She's her own monster, an independent woman without her motivations guided by a man, and the whole idea makes Quinn a little more wild and unpredictable. Plus, we get a chance to dive deeper into her backstory. Any type of flashback in Suicide Squad focused on her and the Joker, nothing on the journey Quinn actually went through. And the funny part is, we almost always welcome more Joker. The Joker is always the best part of any Batman-related movie. Just look at Tim Burton's Batman, The Dark Knight, or Joker. Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn just happened to outshine Joker in Suicide Squad, making him feel like an unnecessary character, one relegated to a few quick mentions in Birds of Prey. Not only is the Joker eliminated from Birds of Prey, but the whole expanded DCEU as well. Sure, there's gonna be a few fun nods to Suicide Squad to establish a connection, but the movie itself remains a lot more self-contained. This was another element which bogged Suicide Squad down. Instead of focusing on the characters and building a new world, Ben Affleck's Batman became involved with a number of the flashbacks and story arcs. Connecting to other DCEU movies was not a focus here. So, like Shazam and Aquaman, Birds of Prey has the ability to forge its own path and act as a self-contained movie without worries of building a connected world. Yes, it works for the MCU, but muddled films like Justice League and Suicide Squad have tarnished chances of establishing the connective tissue anytime in the future. But that's not a bad thing. Birds of Prey can exist in the same realm as Shazam and be completely different at the same time. Suicide Squad tried to visually and tonally match other DC films at the same time, not letting the story and characters truly become their own. While Shazam is funny, fresh, and focuses on finding your true family, Birds of Prey is a wild and zany ride which tosses the morals out the window, along with any restrictions of a PG-13 rating. And the MPAA rating makes a huge difference this time around. Tossing in a few swear words or crimson splatter doesn't need to make all the difference, but when you're building a world with Harley Quinn, pushing the boundaries will make the character more believable. You had a film named Suicide Squad with a forced PG-13 rating, a character named Deadshot who could only push his violent actions so far, a group of villains who had to talk pretty friendly, and far too many quick cuts to truly enjoy any of the violent action. The R rating makes sense. Harley Quinn comes off more believable when she can drop an F-bomb or two. We can truly see the limits of the character when she's able to inhale a cloud of cocaine and get a little bat crazy as she swings away at her enemies. Harley Quinn is a character without limitations, and having a PG-13 rating really limited her ability to shine. One of the best comparisons of the film is to Deadpool, the R-rated hero flick starring Ryan Reynolds. We've all avoided Once Upon a Deadpool because Deadpool was never made for the PG-13 realm. His freedom to speak and act as he pleases gave the character room to breathe, so the comparisons between the two make a lot of sense. And the Birds of Prey R rating not only helps our heroes in the movie, but the villains as well. We're talking about Chris Messina as Victor Zsasz and Ewan McGregor as Roman Sionis, or better known as Black Mask. We get to see the brutality of each villain, including Zsasz's sadistic serial killer nature, and the depths Roman goes as his Black Mask persona. It's almost laughable to compare the villain of Suicide Squad and Birds of Prey. But we will. Just to prove what a better villain arc Birds of Prey has to offer, Suicide Squad presents us with Enchantress, an ancient evil force who the squad must go up against. The witch never truly felt like a threat, and this has nothing to do with actress Cara Delevingne. It was how the character was portrayed on screen. The Enchantress felt like it was a witch that was just stuck in front of a green screen. She wasn't even the main opposition for a lot of the movie. Instead, the squad had to go up against these literally faceless minions who don't seem to present any threat and are more likely tackling dummies for characters like Quinn and Deadshot to show off their skills with. So we have a green screen witch with minions in one movie and layered performances with Roman and Zsasz in another. It's pretty clear which villains are more compelling to watch on screen. Even the whole Mother Box MacGuffin in Justice League was more compelling than the Enchantress, and that's saying something. So, while Margot Robbie won't be swinging her bat at witch minions, we will get a whole lot of action in Birds of Prey. There have already been multiple comparisons of the movie's fight scenes to the John Wick trilogy, and that's nothing to complain about. We already know the film will have a police station fight scene and an epic battle in a funhouse, and that's just on a surface level of what Birds of Prey has to offer. Meanwhile, Suicide Squad brought us through an abandoned street filled with debris and right into a skyscraper filled with debris. The standard stock action film sets added no character or compelling visuals. In fact, a lot of the scenes were pretty dark. Birds of Prey will lighten things up a bit, and this brings us to the behind-the-scenes aspects of both Suicide Squad and Birds of Prey. Suicide Squad had David Ayer at the helm. Ayer has proven himself capable directing films like End of Watch and Fury, but the full vision he had for Suicide Squad was squandered in the mess of the DCEU at the time. After his initial filming had completed, Ayer had to go back to the drawing board and was a part of some massive reshoots. The main goal was to lighten the tone due to the backlash against the all-too-serious Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice. Due to the drama unfolding in the DCEU, Ayer's hands were a little tied by Warner Bros. Direction and the constant script changes. Years later, the dust settled. Films like Wonder Woman and Shazam shined, giving the directors creative freedom to tell their own stories without so much reliance on earlier DCEU films. And now, we reach Birds of Prey, with director Cathy Yan taking the helm. Besides the movie Dead Pigs, Birds of Prey was a big-time venture of Yan, but Warner Bros. Really let her take the reins, something that Ayer was not allowed to do with his version of Suicide Squad. Yan also had a great mentor, Wonder Woman director Patty Jenkins. Jenkins gave Yan advice going into Birds of Prey, allowing her to really take control and grasp the elements of the film. So instead of a mix of ideas from all of these different sources, we will have a visual feast from a vision that Yan represents using the screenplay by Christina Hodson. While writing Birds of Prey, Hodson had the base for Quinn, but also the freedom to expand her role even more. And while we focused a ton on Quinn, the movie does feature a whole lot of other heroes to enjoy, hence the whole birds thing. Suicide Squad was loaded with characters. Birds of Prey has a lot to follow, but things are toned down a bit, allowing some of the characters to get fleshed out a little more. In Suicide Squad, Katana was mostly used to serve in action scenes, a far cry from how the character was expanded on the CW series Arrow. Now we get to see even more female heroes with backstories, motivations, and arcs. The Black Canary, Huntress, and Detective Renee Montoya have more time to flesh out their characters and give them personal motivations besides just sticking a bomb in their head. And if it wasn't obvious already, this is just reason 4006 of why Birds of Prey will be way better than Suicide Squad. So no matter what feelings you have about the 2016 movie, it's time to break up with them. Just like Harley and the Joker had to drift apart, leave all those feelings in the past, go into this film with a fresh mind, and get ready to enjoy a wild and unpredictable ride as Harley Quinn shines on the big screen once again. And if you end up not enjoying Birds of Prey, no worries, because in 2021, we will get a whole new Suicide Squad, one with another return of Harley Quinn.
Something tells me a whole lot of people are about to die.
So, are you pumped for Birds of Prey? What do you want to see Harley Quinn in next? Should Birds of Prey have a sequel, or should some of the other heroes get their own solo movie? Well, let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to Screen Rant for more great content.